Hi everyone. I'm going through something quite difficult at the moment, and I made rules for myself as to how I'm gonna get through it. I'm not sleeping very well. It's really or at all. It's really tough. So, and it has no definitive date on site, like in sight. So a lot of stuff doesn't just depend on me. And it's really difficult. So I made a few rules for myself that I thought I would share. So if you're also in the gutter and you need help and you don't know where to start and you don't know where to go, these are, I think, really good places to start. So first, I said to myself that I take care of my body first and foremost. So I eat well, I lower my caffeine intake because I'm not sleeping very well. So right now, instead of having coffee in the morning, I'm having black tea because I'm not sleeping, so caffeine is just disruptive to my system. And I meditate at least once a day, and I walk or work out. I obviously have a dog, so I'm going to be walking every day regardless, but yes, try to work out as well. It's very important to move all these emotions through the body and to support the body, because I used to think that we were in our heads, that we just existed in our heads, but we don't. We are bodies, and our bodies are how we live and where our emotions get trapped and stored, and it's important to move them out and to I'm really tired and to properly exhale and take them out of our body, move them through our body. And so our body is what allows us to go through life, and it's super important for us to take care of it. So I eat well. I cannot decide how to sleep, but I will, to avoid screens at night and things like that, because it does disrupt our sleep, and have calming thoughts and have calming energy around me to try to get me through the next thing. Another part is that I will limit social media and internet scrolling to 1 or 2 hours a day. It's really disruptive to see, especially when you're down in the gutter, to see a lot of either irrelevant or happy news or whatever. It's really difficult to be in that mindset. So the best is kind of to avoid the internet, or to at least have a more conscious way of interacting with it. If it brings you joy, it's okay. If any content brings you joy, that's completely fine, but do it more consciously. And social media, especially scrolling, is kind of it's a vortex, so it's best to avoid when you're feeling a bit low and down, because it will make you feel worse. The third thing that I put is that I prioritize healing, peace, and presence. Anything in any situation, in any moment, anything that brings me outside of myself, I will try to mitigate, and anything that brings me back into myself and back into my presence, into my body, is what I will try to focus on. So we can only control ourselves. We cannot control what other people do, say, how they behave. We can only ever control ourselves. So that's where I'll be focusing all my energy. I also put that I prioritize self-expression through writing or videos. This is one example of it, but it's super important for me to continue to invest in myself and continue to be present with myself, with what I'm going through, because that connection to myself through this moment will carry me through. It is hard. There's not, I can't do, it's not just on me, there's things that I'm not able to affect, but that's just life, and that just one example of how it is. There's many things that we don't control, so we can only focus on ourselves, and I want to continue to, it's an issue that I have that I don't necessarily always self-express. So I need to continue to invest in these places that I feel like I can talk. And kind of it brings me to the next point, is that I want to talk to people either on the phone or in real life. It's very easy to isolate yourself and feel like you don't deserve, or feel like, you know, you don't really want to talk to people. But being open and honest about what you're going through to others can really help you. Because first of all, in my experience, whatever you're going through, you're rarely going through it alone. There's many, many, many people that are going through the same thing, or that can relate to some extent. And people are there to help you and be there for you and share with you and be present, you know. So engage with everyone. Just engage with people, with life. Continue to engage with life. That's another huge point. But to continue to engage, you know, with living, and not kind of close. I feel like a lot of these like situations sometimes make you want to close up on yourself and feel like you have no recourse and nothing can do and no one can understand you. But that is far from the truth. But yes, it does require for you to make the first step, because people don't know necessarily what you're going through. So reach out to others, people maybe you haven't talked to in a while. I think people are always sort of happy, you know, to be there for you. So yeah, just continue to invest in relationships and in yourself. Yeah, so that was my next segue, is that I continue to work on myself and continue to prioritize, you know, my self-development, you know, and whatever kind of sparks my interest, or whatever like I want to do in my life, I want to continue to invest in that. I put also that I will journal every day. That is something, so I write on paper. That is something that I've been doing for a few months already, but I don't always do it every day. But I think it's super important to continue to, so I write also, but I write on my computer, on a keyboard, and that's quite, I found a different type of writing. So anything that is kind of like more with a hand, again, the connection between the body and the mind is really where it's at. It allows you to strengthen that mind-body connection. It allows you to get deeper into yourself, and yeah, at least for me, it's a self-reflection. I'm sure there's other ways to sort of self-reflect and connect to yourself. These are just mine. I'm a writer. That's what I like to do. So yeah, and I like to talk. I like to write and I like to talk. So there we go. The other, and the last thing that I put is that I will read also something on paper. So I have been reading a book on my phone, which is nice, but it does disrupt, you know, my sleep. So yeah, I have other books that are physical books, and I will just invest more time into them. It's a bit hard because I've been quite distracted lately, and I'm tired, so it's hard for me to follow that. But, and I come out of, you know, but even like reading like things like magazine, you know, I have like design magazines right now. It's really nice, you know, to go back to something more tactile and papery. That's it. That's all I wrote. But I think the point is to come back into presence, right? Like everything is like through the body, through the activities, through the mind, through what you do, you know, through the people. It like come out from the kind of the media, not the media, but the, yeah, I mean the, how do you call it? I can't speak English anymore. You need to go back to analog, you know, to paper and pen and people in real life, and what you can touch and what you can feel, and you should pet Boston Terriers. So yeah. Yeah, continue to be present. These things tend to swirl your way, and it can be really, really hard to go back down. So anything that sort of anchors you is a good way. So just take care of your body, just take care of your mind, and the way you take care of your mind is through something gently occupying and, you know, productive, presential conversations, people that you can hear and touch, is super important. That's it. I hope to continue to make more videos because I do want to continue to self-express. So yeah, as myself. I think for a long time, I always wanted to do YouTube for like 15 years. And I think I'm finally finding like a place where I'm doing it for myself and doing it as myself. And yeah, super important. Take things one day at a time. It's very easy to get spiraled into, you know, into the future. But if you just focus on the present, take things one by one, step by step, they do become easier. A lot of this advice is obviously like said, but like honestly, it needs to be said again and again because, you know, yeah. Just focus on one day at a time, one task at a time, one moment at a time. Just live in the present, and as soon as you see yourself sort of like getting into the future, that's where a lot of your anxiety will live and will live, and it does cloud your judgment, you know. You know, one day at a time, one decision at a time. Just ask yourself one question: what do I need right now? And go do that. Thank you. I'll leave you to be on a chair. You smell so good. You smell so good. You smell so good. Anyway, that's it. Onward. Just take care of yourselves. We'll make it through.